hold on, I gotta get to my
Give me, you want to give me a
Up,
key?
flat.
I know sharp go up, flat go down.
You want to give me a key?
Sure.
B flat minor.
C.
Sure, spell it in G flat minor. Go ahead.
C.
That would have what? 5 flats and 2 double flats in the keys?
Are you just waiting for a key?
Yes.
C.
Too easy.
Okay, you're not working with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna,
He's like, I'm not picky.
I'm not picking them.
Now, before we go through this, you just want to know how it's spelled and resolves?
Just how it's resolved.
Okay.
And if I'm not wrong, shouldn't the German 6 and or the 5-7 resolve the same way? Of the next key that you're going to.
Yeah, this will either go to a 164 or a 5-7.
But if we were in a 5-7 and we're using the alternate spelling, it should all result the same, right?
Alternate spelling is for going from a German 6 to a 164.
Okay.
Now, German 6 to a dominant or a dominant 7, there's a problem with a parallel fifth in that.
Right.
So usually at the very last possible moment, it changes to an Italian 6.
So then we aren't concerned when we're using the German 6 for modulation as far as the resolution and alternate spelling?
If it's German 6 in the old key, you don't have to worry about the resolution because you're resolving it as a dominant 7
Right.
in the new key.
Okay. And vice versa?
To the way around, if it's a dominant 7 in the old key and a German 6 in the new key, then you resolve it according to how a German 6 is resolved.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Okay, so if we're in C, spell a German 6.
C.
C.
Yes.
E flat.
E flat, F sharp, A flat.
Whoa, you guys are getting really good at this. You wake up in the middle of the night spelling German 6 now. My job is done.
That's what's really helping me on my diminished chords.
Okay, what goes in the big?
The flat.
Flat 6. Okay, so the F sharp could actually be anywhere above it. It doesn't really matter, but let's just stick it somewhere. And we need an E flat and a C.
E flat in the tenor.
E flat and tenor.
Just to spread them out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just to spread them out. We'll do it like this. Now, the first thing you want to do, or you tell me, what's the first thing I want to resolve?
The
The
flat
flat.
has to pull down.
Flat pulls down.
It goes to the dominant pitch, the 5th note of the scale. Now, there's one other note that goes to the 5th note of a scale,
The F sharp.
the raised 4. So you've got like an upside down leading tone. It's going down a half step here. It's going up a half step here. The rest, well, let's see. We have to decide if we want to go to a 164 or a 5. Let's try first to a 164. Now, what do we have? What would go? We have 2 G's, so we need a C and an E. What should go to the C? What should go to the E? It's pretty obvious.
The alto should stay on the C, and the tenor should have the E natural.
Yeah. Now, does everybody see how obvious that is? So if you do the flat 6 down a half step and the raised 4 up, the rest of it practically writes itself. It should. All right. Now,
If you went to a 164, it would do the same thing?
it is going
That
to a
is-
164.
Oh, I thought that was a 5.
No, it's a 164.
Oh,
C, C, E, G.
oh.
Now, German 6 to a 164 is alternate spelling. What is it we would change in the German 6 to give the individual player, if it were like for band or orchestra, so they could see the voice leading better?
An E flat to a D sharp.
Yeah, so flats pulled downward. So if it was alternate spelling, we would rewrite the E flat as a D sharp. The D sharp would pull up to an E. That would be our alternate spelling. Everybody okay with that? Okay. You got that? Okay. Now, let me put this E flat back for a minute because that's taking it to a 164 and then of course to a 5 and to a 1. We can also go to a dominant. Now, same thing, because you have the same bass note for the dominant and the 164. Take the flat 6 down a half step, take your raised 4 up. Okay, now we have the chord G, B, D. We have 2 G's, so we need a B and a D. Where's the logical place for the B?
The C should fall to the B.
Yeah. So that's only a half step away,
And the E
and
flat
that's a half
pulls
step
down to
away.
D.
And that's why you shouldn't just arbitrarily if you find yourself leaping, so like if somebody, the mistake somebody makes is they have this E flat leap up to a B. And then they don't know what to do with the alto because they need a D, so they have that leap. But it should move stepwise. Now, whenever a German 6 goes to a dominant, what problem occurs?
Parallel fifth.
That. And to get rid of that parallel fifth, the traditional way is to wait until the last possible moment and have it change to an Italian 6 just before that happens. So what note makes it the German 6 as opposed to an Italian 6?
C.
D,
No.
no, not the C. The fourth, the sharp fourth.
No. You have two more guesses.
E
Right
flat?
there,
The
Isn't
E
it
flat.
the E flat?
E flat.
Yeah.
But
So remember, the Italian 6 has the first note of a scale, raised 4,
Flat
flat 6, and then to make it German we add the flat 3. So without the E flat, we have Italian 6. So we want to replace
The E flat with a C.
with another C. So
Half
do something
note.
like,
And what's the parallel fifth? The G's? No.
The A flat, E flat, G, D.
or if I give it,
A to the E natural.
No, the A flat to E flat, that's a fifth,
Right.
and then G to D is a fifth. And they're moving together parallel
So where's the G?
in the dominant triad. So you have the,
the E flat is what makes it a German 6. Had there been two C's,
Right.
an F sharp and an A flat, that would be an Italian 6. So by taking whatever's making it a German 6, at the last possible moment, having it jump to the first note of a scale, and notice we resolve this, there's no parallel fifth. That's the traditional way to do it.
No, I'm just trying to find the parallel fifth.
Oh,
The notes that make the parallel fifth. I can't see. Oh,
you have an A flat to an E flat, that's a perfect fifth. They each go down a half step to a G to a D, and that's the parallel. You won't have that parallel fifth with the Italian or the French 6.
When you say the last possible moment, did you put an eighth note in there? Is that what you did?
Yeah, double dotted a quarter in front of E.
So that sounds in between what would make a parallel? I mean, you still
Yeah.
kept that note there? The one that would have been the parallel, or did you take that note out? Oh, you took that note out and put the second in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me-
Well, the Italian has a second.
Okay, let me do it like this.
The French has a second.
Is it dotted? Yeah, so he's actually just inserting that C right prior.
real fast.
So it
To
co-
the-
it covers it up
So it's-
then?
So, well,
E
that's the next
flat,
note.
CD.
Okay, okay, I see what you're saying.
And when I say last possible moment, if you look at the examples in the book, they have something like a 16th at the very end. It just, you barely hear this one little note and then it changes. So it's really more of a mental thing. It's like on paper, it follows the rule. But your ear, you've already heard the German 6, so you get that sound. Tim, what else?
That's it.
That's it?
Cool. I just have to put it into